Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom. Thank you for joining us as we have a short film we would like to show you. In light of recent events to where we have now reached groupie level status, to where we have grown men who sit on TikTok all day to talk about us at GOAT James Kingdom and the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James. And while going live talking about us here in GOAT James Kingdom, they stated that we were overzealous and a little bit too obsessed about another man, aka LeBron James, and that we should broaden our content here in GOAT James Kingdom. So as great content creators, we take heed to what our fans want. So instead of talking basketball, we will be talking about the most popular topic on social media, that is relationships, and how to not let your hate for LeBron James ruin your marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is GJK's Divorce Court.
Here is today's case.
She thought she married the love of her life, but after 1 year of marriage, she wants a divorce. His inability to pay bills, and his wandering eye has left her with no other choice. Will he be able to save the marriage? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Miss Crystal Sanders.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought your husband, Mr. DeJuan Sanders.
Yes, Your Honor.
To divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been married for 1 year.
Yes.
But you're already here. You say there have been too many issues. You're ready for a divorce. You, sir, say you're here to save your marriage?
Yes, Your Honor.
But first, I'd like to start with you, Miss Sanders.
Well, Your Honor, we've been together 2 years. We've been married about a year. We met through a mutual friend, and we just immediately hit it off. Like, it was just love at first sight, basically.
Okay, yeah, all right. Woo! Now, that there is something special.
How come you talk all that noise about white men and then go date white women, fool?
We just started hanging out. He came over and he never left. He's been there ever since.
This is how my father raised me. Son, you take care of business first, pleasure second.
So we got married, and it was beautiful. But after that, everything just went downhill.
What do you have to say, Mr. Sanders?
First and foremost, I feel as if our problems can be worked out at the ground level, but on her behalf, she gets whimsical and capricious and just blows things out of proportion.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn I'm not.
I knew this guy was a character because he comes on TikTok a lot doing the same exact thing. He starts using all these fancy words without knowing what they mean. But that's what he does when he tries to belittle people, which is really shocking because he's supposed to be trying to save his marriage. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what whimsical means. Now, obviously, he's not using the first definition. It must be the second definition. And that definition is acting and behaving in a capricious manner. Capricious means given to a sudden and uncountable change of mood or behavior. Now, these are the words he used to describe his wife on this show. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's hear him explain himself.
Prime example, I told her I'm a veteran, and at times I can just withdraw. But she knew this ahead of time. So I told her, when I don't want to talk, don't press me, let me come around. Because if you continue to press me, you're just gonna push me back. But she seems to forget it. I don't know, maybe it's amnesia, maybe she just has short-term memory, I don't know.
Okay, when I first got with him.
Hold up, wait, did I just see what I just see? Let's see this again. Okay, that's what I thought I saw. This look. Now, anybody who's married to a beautiful black queen knows what this looks means. And she gives him this look a lot throughout the show. And rightfully so. Not only did he not explain correctly why his wife was whimsical in a capricious manner, he actually doubled down with some more demeaning words on his wife by saying that she has some kind of mental disability. This is what he does when he wants to actually prove his case, y'all. And the case he's making on this trial, y'all, again, is to save his marriage. So let's go ahead and let this man show y'all how he's trying to salvage his marriage. And for those of you that do not know what this look means, this is exactly what this look means.
Nigga, please.
Before we got married, I told him, I don't want no secrets. I don't want no surprises. So I specifically sat in front of him and I said, do you have anything you need to tell me? I don't want child support. I want everything to be out in the open. He looked me right in my eye and said, No, I don't have anything. But when I filed my taxes, and I was supposed to be getting my tax refund, and it was taken, all of it, for unpaid child support that he didn't know about.
Mr. Sanders, what happened?
Yes, her taxes did get taken.
How much?
It was around
$3,738.
Now, as a man, I went to the bank the same day and got it to her.
He did.
Didn't wait, didn't argue, didn't put up no fuss, no fight. This is how my father raised me. Son, you take care of business first, pleasure second. This is how my father raised me. Son, you take care of business first, pleasure second.
This is how my father raised me. Son, you take care of business first, pleasure second.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it on that.
And then when it comes around to paying mortgage, he wants to tell me, I don't have the money. I just gave you $3,000, but that's not my problem.
Because that's when things really started taking a turn, because you paid the $3,000 that you knew you owed to her.
Correct.
But then when it came time for the mortgage to be paid and the bills to be paid, you didn't have the funds?
He has excuses.
But then when it came time for the mortgage to be paid and the bills to be paid, you didn't have the funds?
He has excuses.
But then when it came time for the mortgage to be paid and the bills to be paid, you didn't have the funds?
He has excuses.
Hold up, wait. This man keeps up with GOAT James Kingdom, but he can't keep up with his child support to the point that his wife's taxes had to be taken from her. And when he claims that he's manning up and pays her back, he uses his rent money to do such. But let's hear his explanation, because he is trying to save his marriage, because he has been taught a valuable lesson in his life, and this is that lesson.
This is how my father raised me. Son, you take care of business first, pleasure second. Now, my lovely wife, on the other hand, she wants to go spending before we pay the bills. So when she doesn't have what she needs to pay, she's looking at me like, wait a minute, I sent it to the account. I have the receipts. So if you don't have your end, you just gonna put it all on me now?
I know this man did not just say, I'm holding receipts on my wife. This is the guy that you guys follow on TikTok.
You see that? That's a stupid bitch.
Now, as a man, son, you take care of business first, pleasure second. That's
Your
not a
Honor,
team.
that's not correct.
She didn't say
Was there supposed to be a 50-50 split?
That's what a marriage is it not? This is a 70-30.
100.
But he's saying he's putting in half.
No, he's not, Your Honor.
Wow,
Especially
so the two of
for
you
our
just
wedding.
don't agree on that. And that's a factual question.
Yes, especially for our wedding. So I'm forking out all of this money, probably $8,000 or $9,000 by myself. But when I went to him and asked him for money, he gave me $60.
Was there an agreement, Mr. Sanders, that you would contribute more for the wedding?
Yes, there was a verbal agreement, Your Honor, and we set a budget. Now, if you exceed the budget, that's not gonna fall on me. I don't want all this extraordinary stuff. I'm a simple guy. I do love the nice things in life, but at times, I'm just simple. I mean, we can just go outside and have some drinks and just watch the sunset. But she don't want to tell everything again. She's omitting things.
Did you go over the budget?
Yes.
No, our budget was $10,000.
She went
It
over.
could
So
not
the two
have
of you
been
don't
no
even agree on what the budget for the wedding was?
'Cause
He
he
said it's
does not agree.
5,000. You said it was 10?
Yes. The venue itself was 25, so how was it going to be 5?
So communication is an issue between the two of you. So communication is an issue between the two of you.
So communication is an issue between the two of you,
Definitely.
or just one of you is coming to court today and decided to lie.
Definitely.
Or just one of you is coming to court today and decided to lie.
He has a huge issue with sports. Everything is sports. I had a trip planned for us to go without the kids, and he cut our trip short because he had some free basketball tickets for that Sunday. So I only got him for those 2 days, and the whole trip, all he did was talk about how excited he was to go on this basketball trip, or this basketball game, that he didn't even enjoy our vacation.
So you had a vacation plan, and he cut the vacation short to go back to the basketball game?
Right.
What game was it?
But I'm thinking like,
But he never makes me a priority, Your Honor.
still getting
So go ahead. So you come back early to see, what's the name of the team?
They're the Arkansas Ramblers.
So you cut your vacation short to come home and see the Arkansas Ramblers.
I did,
in their
Judge Faye.
championship game.
I did, Judge Faye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy that has been spending months on TikTok to try to discredit and deface GOAT James Kingdom because he feels that LeBron James is not the GOAT of basketball. But yet here it is, his wife is on national television telling everybody how he spends more time on basketball than he does with her. So much so that he would rather go watch a high school basketball game than spend time with his wife on a couples-only vacation. Yes, y'all, this is the guy that goes on TikTok talking about me and saying that we are neglective towards our family and our life. But here it is, he is on national television being shown as that exact type person. Then have the nerve to go live with the other TikTok GOAT James Groupie Posse and talk about our manhood, our immaturity, our intellectual capacity to talk basketball. These people do not know who they're messing with. We are GOAT James Kingdom.
Have you lost your rabbit-ass minds?
But on her behalf, see, when she wants me to go watch all these fashion shows and watch these soap operas, to a certain extent, I'll be accommodating. Now, if I get bored, I can't help that.
Bro, what you on? But wait, there's more.
Mr. Sanders, you made plans on your anniversary that did not include your wife?
Your Honor.
This your 1-year anniversary. This your first wedding anniversary.
Your Honor,
first.
Yes, and again, I triple booked myself.
You triple booked yourself.
Yes,
He
and I'm
always
gonna
does
explain
that.
why.
On your anniversary.
I
Yes.
did, Judge Faye. But I made it up to her. But I made it up to her. But I made it up to her. This is how my father raised me. Son, you take care of business first, pleasure second.
Who did you go out with on your anniversary? She said you went to a bike club event?
Yes.
Okay, who'd you go out to that event?
I went out with my childhood friend and frat brother, Mr. Robert Green, right here.
Mr. Green, your witness. Mr. Green, please step up to the lectern, sir. Mr. Green, how long have you been friends with Mr. Sanders?
We go way back about 4 to 5 years or so ago.
I said, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I went out with my childhood friend and frat brother, Mr. Robert Green, right here. I went out with my childhood friend and frat brother, Mr. Robert Green, right here.
I went out with my childhood friend and frat brother, Mr. Robert Green, right here.
Mr. Green, how long have you been friends with Mr. Sanders?
We go way back about 4 to 5 years or so ago.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Look at this. This is his strategic plan on salvaging his marriage by bringing on one of his so-called childhood buddies to lie on national television and contradict each other about the events in which he is trying to salvage his marriage on. But this is not surprising to us here in GOAT James Kingdom, as we've seen him do this a dozen times on TikTok lives, where he gathers up with the rest of the GJK groupies to make up lies and fabricate stuff about basketball and LeBron James. And he decided to do the same thing while he is on divorce court, while showing up to trial in a short sleeve nightclub button-up, and his buddy is wearing a powdered blue job interview shirt buttoned up all the way to the top button. They have more lies for you. Let's let this man salvage his own marriage.
We go way back about 4 to 5 years or so ago.
Were you aware that it was a Mr. Sanders anniversary on the date in question when the two of you went out?
We'd had a discussion about it. He had told me that they had an issue or they had an argument something prior before. And then he said, you know, I just need to just get my mind off. I just need to relieve some stress. So I said, no, okay, I'll take care of it because this is my brother. If you need something, I'm going to be there for him. He's not heavy. So we went out, but we didn't go to a bike convention. We just went to a pub that had some pool tables and shot some pool, had a couple drinks. We went out. I actually had him home before the sun came up. We weren't out.
Oh, how generous of you. You were looking out for him on his anniversary, had him home before the sun came up.
Yep.
Now, when Mr. Sanders told me he was triple booked, but it sounds like he called you and made plans with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Sanders, you triple booked yourself.
I did, Your Honor.
You made yourself unavailable on your 1-year wedding anniversary.
I did,
So
on that part.
That's how you end up in divorce court.
Agreed.
But wait, there's more.
Because I come home from work and the house is still dirty. No wife wants to come home from working all day long and your husband's sitting there watching sports. And your husband's sitting there watching sports. And your husband's sitting there watching sports.
And your husband's sitting there watching sports.
And the house is still a mess. So I call her and she's telling me I need to let it go.
Who's your witness?
My best friend, Layla Wright.
Miss Wright.
Hi, Your Honor.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming today to offer your testimony. I understand that you know the Sanders well and that you've been friends with Miss Crystal Sanders for quite some time.
About a decade, yes. Hi,
What do
Your
you have
Honor.
to say, ma'am?
They're both lying. He said they went to a strip club that night that y'all supposed to go to a biker convention.
Ms. Wright, you're saying the night that they were at the pub shooting pool, they were at a strip club?
It was a strip club. There was no pub, and I wish you would stop lying. You came up here
Mr.
and
Green,
lied.
is that true? You ready?
I don't know what she's talking about.
I saw it.
You don't sound very convincing, Mr. Green.
Not true.
Every day she's crying. Almost every day she's calling me crying. Almost every day. So they don't like social media. They're like beautiful, beautiful wedding, beautiful relationship on social media, beautiful relationship on social media.
Beautiful relationship on social media.
But now, you know, it's out in the open that he's the horrible husband. You're horrible. You're horrible. You're horrible. Like, how horrible is that? That's, I don't have any words. Yeah.
What about the bigger issues that Miss Wright has brought up? Because Miss Sanders is crying. It appears your marriage is on the brink. These two ladies have come into court today and said that it's been a bait and switch with you. What do you have to say about that?
Judge Faith, what I try to explain to my wife is like, you will go to her before you come to me. So now that puts me on the back burner like, well, what are we talking about? Because you're not confining me first, you're going to your friend.
You hear what you're saying out loud, bro?
Mr. Sanders.
Yes, Judge Faith.
So you said that these things have not been communicated to you.
They
and you're
haven't.
hearing some things today that you weren't aware of.
I knew none of that from what her friend just gave you.
You weren't aware that she was calling her crying almost every day, so unhappy?
It may be when I'm not around, meaning she doesn't want me to see it. So I'm not gonna say she isn't calling her, but I'm not seeing it.
What is it that you want from Mr. Sanders? Is there anything that he can do to salvage this marriage?
I want him to be the compassionate, sweet guy that I married and love me the way he did. Like, he doesn't even compliment me anymore, Judge. Like,
I don't see any tears right now.
I don't, like, it used to be to the
What can you give me then? I got some kindness, I got compassion, and I got love for all mankind. You better get up on some of that, man. Don't nobody want no shit like that.
point where, like, anywhere we went, he was constantly, oh, my wife is so fine, and oh my God.
that.
No, you don't.
Oh my God. The mother of Mecca is right here before me. Do my eyes not deceive me, or am I looking at the goddess Isis herself? My milk of magnesia. Oh. After the devil made you, he broke the mold. But maybe you and I could make a little jungle fever.
Not think she's being sincere right now? You say you don't see any tears.
Judge
What does that
Faith,
mean?
I don't even see any tears.
So you don't believe she's being sincere?
No, I've seen this before.
Bro, what you on?
Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
She said that I need to communicate with him a lot better, and then also stop being so judgmental and stop carrying things and communicate with my husband so that we can move past this, because I do love you and I do want to move past this.
Judge Faith, how she explained to her to be a little bit more considerate and be a little bit more understanding, but at the same time, like I was telling her, keep the friends out of our business, because I love her too and I want it to work out.
We're gonna just communicate better and let each other know how we feel about certain things and see where it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna get through this.
Hey, put this one in the books. It's over. It's a wrap.